according to the statement made by the Kremlin. His visit took place after Russian President Vladimir Putin met Andrei Troshev, one of Wagner's former mercenary commanders, and assigned him to inspect volunteer combat units in Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky attends a ceremony commemorating the 82nd anniversary of the Babyn Yar on September 29, 2023. This live blog is no longer updated. 1807 military experts will come to Ukraine to plan air defense production, the chief staff of Ukrainian president told reporters on Friday that experts will arrive in Ukraine in the near future to draw up plans for establishing production military equipment, including air defense. I think very soon experts will come here who will plan for our own production of everything we need. This is, first of all, about air defense, said Andriy Yermak. Yermak talked more broadly about President Volodymyr Zelensky's visit to the United States last week. But it was unclear whether the experts and systems he mentioned would be American. 1650 Norway bans entry of passenger vehicles registered in Russia. Norway has joined Finland, Baltic states and Poland in banning the entry of Russian-registered passenger vehicles as of October 3. Foreign Ministry said on Friday. The move is part Western measures aimed at stripping Russia of revenue to finance its invasion. Ukraine. It is important sanctions are effective so that we prevent as much as possible revenue the Russian state needs to finance war. Foreign Minister Anniken Huitfeldt said in a statement. 1606 in Russia. Putin signed the decree on compulsory military service in the autumn. Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree calling 130,000 citizens for conscription, according to a document published on the government website on Friday. The president, who signed an order in March calling 147,000 people to the spring campaign, said this month he was preparing for a long war in Ukraine. All men in Russia are required to complete 1 year of military service or the equivalent in higher education between the ages of 18 and 27. In July, Lower House of Russia's parliament voted to raise the maximum age at which men can be drafted into military from 27 to 30. Last year, Russia announced a plan to increase its professional and conscript combat personnel by more than 30% to 1.5 million. This is an ambitious task made all the more difficult by the heavy but undisclosed losses in Ukraine. 1531 The cost of Russia's war in Ukraine is enormous, says France 24's Rob Parsons. Russia said on Thursday it plans to increase defense spending by almost 70% next year and pour huge resources into its Ukrainian offensive to fight what it called a hybrid war launched by the West. This is a third of Russia's total budget, or in other words, 6% of GDP, says Rob Parsons, France 24's chief foreign editor. These are huge numbers and make clear what kind of costs Russia has had to pay for its military efforts over